Welcome back to the show. My guest today, I'm so thrilled to have here with me, Carolyn Thomas. She is also known as the woman without a face, but her courage and resilience has just blessed people literally all over the world. She survived a brutal act of domestic violence back in 2003 that took her mother's life and left her critically injured. And she has gone through dozens of reconstructive surgeries. But she is here with us today. And I've talked to you several times. Last year, you were on Zoom because you
Yes.
live in Houston.
Yes, ma'am.
Thrilled you could come to Waco and come
Yes.
up here to the 21st floor of the Alico building. I wish the weather were a little clearer, so you could
Yes.
see outside a little bit better. But lovely to have you here
Thank
today. Of
you.
course, we're just about to hit October. It's right on us. And October is Domestic Violence Awareness
Yes, ma'am, it
Month.
is.
And so, first of all, let's just kind of go back to that day in 2003 in December. What do you remember first about that day?
Honestly, everything that I remember that, giving speeches and telling the story, it was kind of wrong. When I came here last year for Crime Stoppers, and I got a chance like to see the crime scene photos
Yeah.
and the I'm not really sure what his technical name is, but he kind of just broke it down how it actually went from the photo. So initially, I thought that I got shot in the living room and my mom was shot in the hall. Um, I believe that she was actually, from the picture, she was shot in the bed trying to get out,
Oh, really?
throwing the covers away. Once she heard the commotion in my bedroom with me and Terrence, and she was trying to get up and I guess see what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he took me in the dining room, and that's where I was shot in the
Well,
dining
isn't
room.
that interesting? All these years later, um, just the reality of how this horrible incident played out. You're talking about Terrence Kelly, who you
Yes.
were with for many years.
Yes.
So let's talk about looking back on your time with him. Were there red flags? Were there things you wish you had seen or?
There were a lot of red flags, but see, when you don't know that they're red flags, you don't pay attention to them. Like when you don't know the proper way of how to get out of a domestic violence situation, see, then sometimes women come up unalived or harmed in the hospital. So I've learned like different techniques of how what I should have did,
Mm-hmm.
and it may could have turned out different. Like the him being a narcissist, him being controlling. I mistake the controlment for love, even
Oh,
though the time that we were together, like he would say, "If you leave me, I'll kill you." And I thought it was a joke. I thought I laughed. I told my girlfriends I laughed with them, and he was absolutely serious about what
yeah,
he
yeah.
said.
Believe him when they say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and of course he also was on some kind of crazy drug too.
Yes, he had smoked this stuff called wet. And wet, from my understanding, is embalming fluid in marijuana, and it causes hallucinations.
Right.
And once I found out like about the hallucination thing, I was kind of going back and forth, like, well, was it the stuff he smoked made him do it, or what actually happened?
Yeah.
So when you sit back and you reflect on things, like I did that those 6 months in rehab, I realized that this was something that he was planning on doing. I even had, I'm a very spiritual person, and especially now more than ever, that I received dreams, and those
Oh,
dreams would be so vivid. Like I could wake up and go get a drink of water, come back, either start over or start from where I left off.
oh my goodness.
And so those were warnings, absolutely. Real warnings from the man above.
So when you woke up in the hospital, you know, how did you process really at that time? Do you remember?
It
It was a
was
long time ago.
it was really hard to process because I was unable to see.
Oh.
I was unable to speak because my
Yeah, the
jaws were wired.
yeah, the injury literally took off half your
Eighty
face.
percent, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
80%. And so I didn't even know when I did finally come to that my mom had passed away.
Oh.
The last thing I remember hearing from her was where's the phone? And in my mind, my brain is still kind of functioning, I'm thinking. And so in my mind, I told her I didn't know where the phone, but he had took the phone
Mhm.
and called his mom and she came and picked him up.
Oh, wow. Losing your mom though. I mean that
That was
has
the
to have
hardest
been
part.
devastating.
Hmm.
So, how do you cope with that?
Actually, I'm still in counseling.
Yeah.
I've been in counseling, the whole time, so about 20 years.
Yeah.
And just over the time, like you learn how to deal with different things at a time.
Mhm.
And so I've gotten to the point to where I don't cry as much.
Really?
Yeah. But on birthdays and holidays, I
Oh, yeah, those
absolutely,
special occasions
yeah.
always bring it back to the
Mhm.
surface. Has
Yeah.
to. Yeah, has
But I'm
to.
able to speak about it now and be more accurate with my story
Yeah.
so that I get my point across.
Well, you've gone through I don't know how many surgeries are we
Oh
up
my
to?
gosh, I've lost count. So I'm probably like up to 40 because
Yeah.
I just had one in February the 18th. I was there about 2.5 weeks maybe. And then this something didn't go well. Sometimes things don't go as planned.
Mhm.
And I went home for 4 days and then I had to go back March 5th and then I had emergency surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And this is all still related to the
To the
injury.
face, yeah.
Yeah.
With the first surgery, it kind of didn't take and kind of split open.
Oh.
And so that's why I had to go in and do the emergency surgery. That was kind of scary, really scary because I had to do that surgery alone.
Oh.
And just with people on the phone,
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your support system. I mean, your mom's gone. Do you have any other family or?
I have my uncle. He still lives here. His family. I have Tisha, which and her husband, which live in Houston with me.
Mhm.
I have a friend Tracy that lives there, and uh, I get counseling at a wonderful organization that's been in business for 28 years called Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women, and that's where I get my counseling. That's where, I get help with the depression, the anxiety, the loss of her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I'm just, as you go through counseling, you kind of realize maybe it's a lot of more stuff that you need to work on too.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, last year when you had an event,
Mm-hmm.
a domestic violence awareness thing in Waco, and Officer Kirby
Kermit
Kermit, yeah,
and
Officer Kermit.
Officer Robinson.
Okay, they were
Yeah.
they were able to be here.
Yes.
They were the ones when they get to the crime scene. Your mom is deceased,
Mm-hmm.
and you're lying on the floor,
Yes.
gravely
Mm-hmm.
wounded,
Yeah.
and they think you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he steps over you, and you
Grab
grab
his
his
leg.
leg.
Yeah. That I try to imagine that like that was probably the most scariest thing. Once I finally talked to him, it was really scary for
Hmm.
him. Like he
Oh,
didn't
I'm
want to.
sure it was. He
He
had
didn't
no
want to go on
idea.
any shows. He didn't want to talk about it
Right,
or
right.
nothing. Like it just took him a while.
Yeah, well, that's understandable,
Yeah.
but wow, for him to be able to then jump into action
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure he lost a lot of blood, and it was
Yeah.
just the
Yeah. I mean, if
timing
you
was critical to
see
get you
those
to help.
photos,
Yeah,
you can just see like the amount of blood
yeah.
that I lost.
Oh,
And my
Carolyn.
mom, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to look at it, that there's a purpose.
Yeah.
There's a purpose in
Mm-hmm.
in all this. So, what do you want people to understand? Um, back to an abusive relationship that you recognize now you were in. What do you want them to understand about the things that keep them in those kinds of situations, be it love or financial security, all those kinds of
A
things?
lot of, every woman's reason for staying is totally different. But I definitely want them to notice the controlling, um, the isolation. If they hit you one time, they're definitely gonna hit you again. I can't say if it's gonna be tomorrow or next week, but it's gonna happen. And in order to get out of these relationships, you have to have a safety plan.
Hmm.
And the most important thing when getting this plan and leaving, you definitely, definitely don't want to tell them, I'm leaving. And see, that's what happened to me. I told him I didn't want to be with him, that I was done with his lifestyle, and he wasn't happy about that.
So he was already planning in his mind
Well,
to
he
carry
had
out his threat, I
well
guess.
he had planned that out while he was in prison in the barber shop guy. He told the barber there that what he was gonna do to me and my mom when he got home.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, how did you meet?
I met him actually. Me and one of my roommates at the time, we were out filling out job
Uh-huh.
applications, and she knew him. I was actually new to Waco. I had only been here like 2 years, maybe. I'm originally from Midland, Texas. Shout out to Midland. But I met him filling out a job application, and he knew my roommate, and so they introduced us.
Hmm.
And so the introduction, it was like fair time around
Oh
October,
yeah, about this time of year.
and we went to the fair, and he was just really quiet. Um, and I did a lot of talking, and he was kind of like, "Oh, you talk a lot," and I was like, "Yeah, I do." But what I want to kind of say, and I don't want people or the world to take it wrong way, like don't lower your your standards, I guess, in so many words. Like if this is what you're interested in, like be interested in that.
Yeah.
Don't say, oh well, because this is what happened to me. It was a, oh well, I'm gonna give it a try. And see, giving it a try got me in a world of trouble
Yeah, I did.
that I almost couldn't get out of.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to maybe to think, oh, maybe I'll never find anybody, and I guess this guy's better than nothing. But
Yeah,
there are worse things.
yeah, yeah. I think I don't know. He was my type of guy to date. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
There's I say it all the time when I speak, and there's no reason to not be honest now. Like he wasn't the type of guy that I would date.
I was going to say, I'm sure that some of this, change happened over time. So how long were you together? How long were
About
you?
8 years or so.
Really? So we said if this was not a guy you just met. I mean,
Mm-mm. We had a long
you had a
relationship.
long
Yeah,
relationship.
and so I remember when I introduced him to my mom and grandmother, and those grandmothers have that like they can just meet you and be like, mm-mm. And
Yeah.
so that was her, mm-mm. And my
Oh,
mom, after meeting him, she said she thought he was controlling, and that was just all in one day.
really? They were
One
picking up
day.
on that right away.
One day. Yeah.
My goodness. Well, there's so much more I want to talk to you about your experience and especially your work now with your nonprofit that helps women who have been in similar situations. And so we're going to take a quick break and come back to Carolyn Thomas. But today's show is brought to you by Gather and Co., where they are transforming houses into homes. We'll be right back.
With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today. At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, And yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com.
If your home's feeling a bit dated or you're dreaming of that beautiful outdoor oasis, I have got the team for you. Gather & Co., the family-owned remodeling pros right here in Greater Waco since 1998. Led by the Falconberry family, they specialize in stunning kitchen and bathroom makeovers. Think custom walk-in showers, sleek cabinetry, and aging-in-place upgrades for easy living. They also nail outdoor spaces with pergolas, patio covers, sunrooms, and screen rooms that turn your backyard into a year-round retreat. What sets them apart? Personalized designs, top-notch craftsmanship, and a hassle-free process for free in-home consultations to spot-on completion, plus financing options to make it simple. Customers love them, raving about the friendly crew and attention to every detail. Ready to gather in your dream home? Call Gather & Co. today, 254-759-1147 for a no-obligation quote. Visit GatherCoRemodeling.com. Your remodel starts here. And I'm back here with Carolyn Thomas. I guess I've been knowing you a long time.
Very long time.
I've interviewed
20 years.
at least, yeah. And Carolyn, because of course the tragedy of what happened to your mom at the hands of your boyfriend Terrence Kelly, and obviously the grave wound that he gave you with that gunshot. But man, you have done so much to encourage people in what you can't overcome. I mean, I just can't imagine the pain and then the emotional trauma. And you say you're still in counseling for that, but you know, just your thoughts on the hope that you bring to others through your story. What does that mean to you to be able to do that?
It means a lot. You know, in the beginning, when I first started out, I would get, you know, I saw your story. It inspired me to leave.
Well, you were
my
on the cover of
relationship.
People magazine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
A lot of
Oprah.
magazines.
A lot of magazines. Yeah, you were on. You really, you know, everybody knew, you know, who you were.
That People magazine really shot it off. A lot of people think that Oprah discovered me, but she discovered me from that magazine article when they dubbed me the woman without a face.
Yeah. So you, I mean, I'm sure they took you right to Hillcrest that night. So tell me about your recovery process. You said you were in rehab for then 6 months.
Yes, I was in Tempo for 6 months.
Okay.
And for a period of time, not really sure how long, but I was unable to see. My jaws were wired. My jaws were wired for like 2 years. And I was on like a liquid diet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Kind of like a milk type thing with a feeding bag type of thing. And so just one day somebody came to visit and they was like, "Oh, are you able to see?" And I was like, "No." So while I was in rehab, I was always doing stuff I didn't have no business doing, like drinking water, because with the jaws being wired, you have to squirt it with a syringe. And they want a nurse in there because you could possibly choke.
You could choke, yeah.
So it was a funny story. I had a friend bring me some Hawaiian punch. And I didn't know, because I was just doing water, I didn't know that the punch would ooze through the bandages because of the gaping wound of, you know, missing the 80% of my face.
Right, your nose was gone. I mean, everything was gone.
Yeah, the right eye was gone, the nose was gone, the left, a lot of teeth were gone. So in December, I'm getting implants. And so that's why I sound a little funny.
Oh,
So
so this coming December. Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
don't have
Okay.
any teeth in the front.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah, yeah. So, but you're obviously eating food, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm on kind of like soft foods. I
yeah.
can't really, because of the side over here, I can't really break meat down, but like hamburger meat and some chicken. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, you have founded a nonprofit. It's called Voices for All.
Hmm.
It's also known as the Carolyn Thomas
Yes.
Foundation to support survivors. Tell me how did that all get started?
Voices for All got started when I was in counseling here in Waco, and my counselor was just kind of like, Carolyn, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Like, do you want to work? Do you want to speak to women? And I thought, yeah, I was like, yeah, that would be really good to do that. And so it got started in 2006. Um, and this story just kind of shot off like a rocket. The woman without a face. Everybody wanted to know why I didn't have a face.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so, do you have an idea of how many speaking engagements you've had?
No, I've kind of lost count on speaking engagements, like surgeries.
Yeah.
But I think that the thing, like when I do the speaking engagements, I just want to get my point across. I want women to understand that domestic violence is serious, that you can lose your life. You can lose people in your family. Um, Although my aunt and my grandfather were not shot, but they died of grief. And so, it came in threes. My mom was December the 5th. My grandfather was December the 18th, same year.
Oh
And then my
no.
auntie was later on down the month, like, maybe a couple of months down the road. So it took a big toll on my family. And that's what I tell people. When you're in these situations, keep in mind it's not just you, it's your family too. And then when you get in that domestic dispute, that they're kind of involved too, a little bit,
Yeah. Well, just the heartbreak
Yeah.
of the loss. Um, what do you think is the most urgent need for domestic abuse survivors?
Really, I think the urgent need for domestic violence survivors is a place to go.
Yeah.
And when I say a place to go, like, I don't mean like a 90-day go. I don't mean 6 months go. I mean like 6 months to a year, and then you're really not where you need to be. But at least you have got some counseling in. At least you've kind of talked about a job, what you want to do with your life, and kind of put them in the right direction. My main goal is to start Carolyn's house. And with Carolyn's house, they can be there anywhere from a year, 6 months to a year, or longer if it sees fit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. I'm saying it. I'm speaking it to existence. I'm like, we're not turning any woman down.
Yeah.
No woman left behind, whether you got kids or not. We're not gonna push you to the back because you got kids. Hey, you don't have kids, but we got a room over here with kids. Well, come on, we gonna work it out. We gonna fit you in, and if somebody come along with kids, we gonna work that out too. Because when they don't have a place to go, and they go back,
Oh, that's
and
right.
that's what we want to prevent.
Yeah. Is there hope though? Is there a possibility that a man could get counseling? Do you know of any situations where they've
I mean, I met one.
where they just realize the error of their ways? Maybe they have anger issues, whatever it is.
I've met at
But
least two.
really,
Yeah.
That's encouraging.
At least two.
Yeah.
And one I follow on Facebook. The other guy, I met him at an Atlanta event. So, but yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Interesting.
I think it's important. One of the things I want to say to the people, if you notice your family member kind of changing, if they're always outgoing and laughing, just kind of ask them, are they okay? A lot of times, that's all anybody wants you to ask. Are
Yeah,
you
it's not
okay?
prying. I think a lot of times people don't want to, get involved because they don't
Absolutely.
want it to look like they're
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're in their
getting
business,
in their business, right?
but you might be helping them out, saving
Yeah,
a
that might be the
life.
one thing they need.
Yeah. They may just be, oh my God, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me that. And then they just kind of,
Out it comes.
yeah.
Wow, good. So you mentioned your faith. I do want to talk about that. What has your faith meant to you through this ordeal, this long recovery?
My faith has meant a lot. Um, in the beginning, like when I was in rehab and, kind of moving forward, I always questioned, like, why? Why did this
Yeah,
happen to me? What did I do?
yeah,
Was I that cruel to
that's
somebody,
understandable. Yeah,
And then you think back, like, because I was raised by my grandparents, and I used to hear my grandmother always say, you know, he's not going to put more on you than you can bear. So if he didn't think I could bear this burden of dealing with mom,
yeah,
grandpa, auntie, dealing with some family, still being upset
yeah.
at you because it's kind of like I took a chance on them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't my intentions at all.
Yeah. Yeah. How during that time did you draw on your faith? I mean, what did you like journal or do you,
I did
you
a
know,
lot of
prayer?
praying. I did a lot of praying.
Oh yeah.
And when I moved to Houston, I think I was like 50, 51, maybe. I'm 55 now.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get in isolation and you're away from everybody and everything, you realize how important life is.
Yeah.
You realize how those people in the past were not good for you,
Yeah.
whether it was a man or a woman. And I just think, like, I didn't want to cry. Like,
It's fine. You're doing fine, Carolyn. I appreciate your transparency and your willingness to kind of just share really because that's the whole point. That's
yeah,
the whole reason you do what you do to help others maybe avoid a
yeah,
similar
definitely
situation
avoid it.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, but God's forgiveness and just all that we can draw on as Christians,
yeah,
as believers, comfort in the scriptures,
yeah.
you know, music.
Oh, yeah. I love music.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see you at the orchestra, going to the orchestra all the time,
yeah,
or symphony, rather.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, so, I want to, I hate to bring this up, but is there any guilt? Is there any, oh, if I could have
Oh,
known
absolutely.
ahead of
Hmm.
time?
And that's kind of, got me kind of shook up when I'm talking about, like, remaining family.
Uh huh.
Because I had a great aunt, and she was angry at me for about 2 years. She didn't talk to me.
Wow.
Yeah. Because she warned me, like everybody else,
Oh, that's true.
warned me about
Uh,
him,
yeah,
the type of person he was.
yeah,
And, when you're 22, you think you know everything. You think your parents don't know nothing. You think your grandparents may not experience anything in life. Because when we come in the world as a child, they're already adults.
yeah,
And so we think, oh, well, they don't know anything. But they absolutely know a whole lot.
yeah,
And I tell young ladies all the time, if I had to just listen,
yeah,
it probably would be totally different.
yeah, yeah. Don't dismiss that wise counsel,
Yeah,
because there
man,
are people that love you.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so here now, more than 20 years later, what does a good day look like for you, Carolyn?
Oh man, a good day. I'm in the office, in my bedroom, which I call the office.
Uh huh.
I'm in there and I'm, reaching out to donors because not only, we need donations for events, but we need donations year round. Voices for All has been in existence since 2006, but we've been on a small scale. I think I had a lot of wrong people in place that weren't guiding me directly.
Mm.
And so I'm usually trying to get donations or trying to find someone to help me with a grant or something. So it's always something Voices for All. And I do that every day from 10 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then Google will say, time to start your work day. And then Google will say at 4:30, time to wrap your work day up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll wrap it up, and I'm in there physically, putting in that work.
Right, right. So what do you do for relaxation? What do you do after your work day is over?
After the workday is over, I love listening to music.
Yeah.
Um,
So do you like symphonic music or?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I do. Only music that I don't, and it's because I don't understand it, is opera.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah. I
if
mean,
I
I
understood
studied it
I
in
might
college,
like
but
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's an acquired taste.
yeah.
To say
And
so.
so my uncle played the guitar and the saxophone.
Oh, did he? Yeah,
Yeah,
musical
so that
family.
we
Yeah,
have a love for music in our family. It
yeah.
was my grandmother was Christian, and then she would let us listen to a little bit R&B.
Oh, okay.
Nothing
Yeah,
too raunchy, but
yeah. R&B is it? No, that's
yeah.
that's good. Um, so your story is so public,
Hmm.
Carolyn, and you've spoken all over you countless times.
Yes.
Are there times when you feel like just sharing your story is just heavy, and so how do you take care of yourself in moments like that?
I'm like kind of today.
Yeah,
It was a little heavy for me.
yeah.
Um, but you have to be able to reel yourself back in. Because I feel like when I'm crying and I'm teared up, it's not coming out clear. And so I just want to get my words out clear, get a clear understanding so there's nothing misinterpreted. And I just feel like I can't do that when I get emotional.
Well, but it's a very raw thing that you went through, and I think you very clearly communicated to people. When you think about the future, what are you thinking? What is next? I know you say you want to grow Voices for All.
Yeah, I definitely grow Voices for All. And I definitely, man, I want Carolyn's house.
Yeah, yeah, and it'll be in Houston because you live in
Well,
Houston.
when I was having this conversation with my spiritual advisor,
Mhm.
he said, just don't think small fries, Carolyn. You can do definitely Waco in Midland.
Okay,
Because I've been in Waco, like I was in Waco many 20 years or longer,
yeah,
and I'm born and raised in Midland, Texas. Now, see, I'm new to Houston.
okay. Well,
I'm
I guess
fresh,
right, right.
But I would definitely come back to Waco with it. Definitely come back to Midland with it because those are most of my phone calls
Hmm.
are from people from Waco
Oh,
and
really?
Midland. And like I said, we're on a small scale. We maybe can't put you in a hotel for a week, but we'll put you up. But the whole thing is when we put you up in the hotel, we want you to have a plan
Hmm.
of where we're going to go from here.
Right.
We even helped a young lady from Houston get to Waco through word of mouth. Somebody gave her my number, and we got her here and got her in a hotel and got her, her family a meal.
Wow.
And so we do small stuff, but we working our way up. You just watch out for us. We coming for our spot.
Okay, so you do have an event though that is planned.
Yes, ma'am. It's October the 11th. It
Okay.
will be in Houston, Texas from 11 to 3. Anybody from Waco or a woman that wants to be sponsored, please reach out to me because, if we can, we will provide gas for you to get there and
Really?
back. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's how important it is to Voices for All. I can't
Mhm.
speak for nobody else's foundation or organization, but Voices for All, like I told a lady from here that I told her, and her daughter's in it as well. I told her, look, if you got transportation, we put gas in the car, you can come up. We put gas in. You can go back, and you can even go out to dinner with us. We'll sponsor your dinner.
Yeah.
See, that's how hard I've been asking for donations since February.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Mm-hmm.
February, I've been hustling.
So how can folks help out your nonprofit
They can
Voices
go
for
to
All?
my website, Carolyn-Thomas.org. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. You can't miss me. And I'll start back doing some lives now that I got my new nose last Friday. So
Well, you look beautiful. I mean,
thank
and
you.
I guess maybe it was a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
You put a whole series of videos up on Facebook that I watched
Yeah.
as you call them your dream
Uh-huh.
team
Yes, my
in
dream
Houston,
team.
and that partly is the reason you moved to Houston to be
Yeah,
closer, I think, to your
absolutely. Because in 2020, I lost my vision, started getting bad,
yeah,
and I had a really bad car wreck, and so I had to stop driving.
right.
And it was a kind of a struggle to get rides to Houston. With even my uncle, he works, and so that was kind of rough. And appointments are during the week, and so just to kind of take that weight off of him and other people that I was asking, I moved.
Well, I was just so struck in watching what you posted online
Hmm.
about the technician slash medical person who is really an artist to create
Yes. Oh my
your nose
gosh.
and the prosthetic that you have,
Yes.
but you're constantly having to have that kind of redone.
Yeah, I get it to go get a new one every year, once a year.
Mm.
And the thing is that like if your face has shifted, they do a mold, and then they take that mold, and then this comes out, but only it's not colored. And so they kind of come in and try it on, try it off, kind of cut away, and make revisions to it. And then I think the long process is coloring.
Right, getting
Yeah, to match your color, and
complexion to match.
dark skin complexion is kind of hard to mix those colors together. So
Well, I've just done a magnificent
yeah,
job. I know you're pleased with that, and you say coming up in December you got some dental
yes, I'm
surgery
getting some
coming up.
implant. Well, I'm getting my stuff, I guess the base for the implants, and
Okay.
I'll probably get the actual teeth. And he said probably like March. So
Oh, okay, so it is a
because it's a healing process.
lengthy process. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
with me, every surgery is a little more difficult than the other.
Well, the
So,
older you get, you just healing
yeah, takes
takes longer.
time.
Takes longer.
And then, of course, they had to create me a palette. So it's a little different.
Right, right. Well, it has been a joy to spend some
Yes,
time
it
with you. I
has.
like to end these little visits with it's a little questionnaire,
Okay.
like what the late great James Lipton would use on Inside the Actor's Studio.
Okay.
So this is my take on it. So I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Carolyn Thomas, what is your favorite word?
What is my favorite word? What do I say all the time? I don't know. I have to think about that one. Because I'm sure I have one that I say all the time.
Do you have a least favorite word?
Yeah. The big word.
Oh, okay.
Least favorite.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
like that.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Music.
Yeah. Yeah. What turns you off creatively or spiritually or emotionally?
Bad energy, bad vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely. You can feel it sometimes off of people. Sometimes you can see it on people,
Yeah.
and that'll mess my whole day up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important to kind of keep your antenna up,
Yeah,
you know,
you have
and
to.
sense those things.
Hmm.
Yeah. What job would you like to have tried? Maybe was there something when you were a little girl in
I
Midland?
wanted to be a secretary.
Okay.
Actually, it was two. I thought I was going to be an evangelist because I was brought up in a Pentecostal church.
Mm,
And then second, I thought I was going to be a secretary. I just used to sit and type all
that's
the
right.
time.
Good.
And I
What
don't even know how to type right now.
what job do you know you don't want to do? Yet you let somebody else do that. I don't want to do that.
I don't even want to scoop up poop.
Okay.
Like I'll Pick up trash, but definitely not poop.
Okay. What is your favorite sound? I know you said you like music, but what is there a sound that is calming or that you like?
Honestly, I go out in the morning and I have my coffee on the patio, and I like the sound of the birds.
Yeah. I hear that a lot from
Yeah, I love
people.
that sound.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, what's your least favorite sound?
a car backfiring. I think I'm getting shot. I'm
Oh
just kind of like,
gosh.
hold that.
Yeah,
You know?
a little PTSD
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
absolutely.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that.
Hmm.
One last question. When you arrive at those pearly gates, what do you want to hear the Lord say to you?
Come on in, Carolyn. We've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you, girl. You done your due diligence down there. You done served your purpose. Come on in.
Oh, Carolyn, you are a delight. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you for having me.
sharing your story. I think it's the most compelling story that I know of, frankly. And I'm so honored that you were able to make the trip up from Houston. And again, looking forward to hearing more about your event in Houston
Yes.
in October, later in October. And so again, how can folks
They can go
reach you?
to www.carolyn-thomas.org.
Hmm.
And on the website, you can donate on the website. We have PayPal, we have Cash App, we don't have Venmo, and
Okay.
we have Zelle, so you can't miss us.
Okay. All right.
And we take all donations,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
small and large.
So support. It's Voices for the numeral 4.
Mm-hmm.
Voices
All,
for
all.
all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Carolyn, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead, but I will tell you today's show is brought to you by Fox & Co. Bakery, where we bake foxy things. A big thank you to our sponsor, Fox & Co. Bakery. Check them out for delicious baked goods and your catering needs.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
Circulon C1 Series Clad with Scratch Defense Non-Stick. Maximize cooking, minimize cleaning. Discover the unmatched durability and elegance scratch-free, worry-free, forever.
I am obsessed with helping business owners increase their traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. It's this amazing platform where people are looking for ideas, inspiration. They have a problem and they're actively looking for.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
Out on the Brazos is being hosted by Waco Pride Network at Indian Springs Park this year on October 18th from noon to 5 p.m. Pride in the Park is bringing together tons of local vendors, talented musicians, and the coolest people in town to the beautiful Indian Springs Park, which is closer to town than its old location. Imagination Library Waco is hosting the Great Waco Duck Race the same weekend, in which 20,000 rubber ducks will be launched into the raceway on the Brazos River, and the first ducks to cross the finish line will win. All proceeds from the duck race will be donated to Imagination Library Waco, which delivers free books to children in and around our area to promote literacy and reading. Along with the race, the event will feature a family fun fest with inflatables, games, arts, and crafts. Finally, Waco Restaurant Week is coming to us soon. From October 24th through November 1st, enjoy exclusive menu specials, pop-up events, and creative dining experiences at participating Waco restaurants. This week brings the community together through eating, drinking, and being merry. So check out the businesses partnered throughout our city. Bring on the meat sweats and get your taste buds ready for Waco Restaurant Week. I'm Elizabeth Riley with your Expo Booth.
Welcome back to the show. I just love talking to Carolyn Thomas. Her story is such an inspiration to me. And I've got three lovely friends who are here. We're going to talk about, not going to talk about domestic violence, although, Dr. Kerry-Ann Zamore, you know Carolyn.
I know Carolyn. She and I sat on a panel together, and her story is just so moving to me, and it's such a necessary thing for us to talk about, particularly going into domestic violence prevention.
Yeah, well, of course, the month of October.
Yes.
And a later date, a little later in the month,
Yes.
you and I, we're going to talk more about that because you have a story regarding that. But let me introduce everyone else. Of course, Delsina West needs no introduction. She is a regular on the Ed Harder Show. Love having Delsina. And I've just met Brittany Campbell.
Yes, nice to meet you.
And we're going to talk about the Well Women series, The Art of Aging. It was back in May.
Yes,
that the two of you invited me to come be a part of the. Was it the first one?
That was the first inaugural. It was fantastic.
The inaugural, and it was so wonderful, and I learned so much.
Yes.
And was able to be a part of a panel. Just I think I was just cracking jokes. I don't know that
you shared very good words of wisdom.
Other than this is what it's like getting old. That the two of you were so great at kind of shepherding the conversation, and it was everything from financial things to. Of course, your thing is health and wellness and diet and all that. And then the menopause thing, which was...
That was so good.
Yeah.
There was so much really, really rich information in the room. And you know what I really liked about that one, Ann? It's the diverse ages of women.
Yeah, it was.
In the room at that time, really learning about menopause because it's something that we don't talk about. Do you remember having a menopause talk with your mom?
No, have not had that talk.
No. So we just don't talk about it. So it was
it was more like, you'll figure it out.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And believe it or not, it's still kind of like that.
Yeah.
So we are on this mission, not just menopause, but the whole aging process.
Right.
Because we as women, as you know, in Hollywood and in social media, you're young and then you just kind of fade away.
Right. And you don't talk about it. Right. And it's something that I think we should really embrace.
Yeah.
Because aging is not a bad thing. It means you have all of this wisdom and life experiences and lived experiences to share. And we should embrace that.
Especially since we're living longer, we have a lot more to offer.
Yeah.
You know, we're not getting to 50 and then just we're living 70, 80, 90, and we're living good lives.
Yes.
Good lives.
Active life.
Yes.
Well, I want to talk to Brittany, though. Brittany is what I don't know in this group. It is lovely to have you up here on the show. And what you're going to be talking, you're a wellness educator as well. So tell me a little bit about your journey and what you're hoping to share. Oh, by the way, we're here because Sunday, the 5th of October, is going to be your next
That's right. I'll be
seminar.
our second seminar in the Well Women series called The Art of Aging.
Yes.
All right. Very good. And that's going to be at Colleen at the Civic Center.
Yes. It's in Colleen at the Civic Center. It starts at 1:30. So between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, we'll have like a little network mixer, get to meet everyone. And then starting promptly at 2 o'clock, we will begin with our nutrition. Then we go into fitness. Then we go into financial and mental health. So we have 4 experts who will be a part of this. And of course, there's hormone health. And so there's fitness, nutrition, hormone, and mental and financial health. Aging gracefully.
Yeah, covering those bases.
Yes.
Okay, back to you, Brittany. So tell me about your journey and your connection with all this.
So what brought me to Texas, I guess it kind of starts there. I was in the military. And from there, spent several years competing in professional bodybuilding. So that's where I learned.
Okay, well, that's what you have in common with
Yes.
talking with you about that.
And so that was my job, wake up, lift weights, eat, train, and then
Yeah.
help other women build strength. And so now not competing anymore allows me the time to really give it all back to women. So everything I learned over all those years, I get to share with women. I'm going to be really focused on fitness for this one event. So that's what I'll be talking about and sharing all the little tips and tricks I've learned over the years.
Okay, so what's the biggest fitness mistake women make as they get older?
One thing is that we overestimate what we can do in a couple weeks and underestimate what we can do in a
said.
few months.
Yeah.
And so just getting in there and being consistent. We're not looking for an instant result in the mirror, but we're looking for gradual improvements in mobility, gradual improvements in mental clarity and strength. And so I think we just underestimate. If I commit 1 year, which is short when you look at, okay, maybe I'll be here another 40 years. Commit 1 year to just changing your habits and then just see how that benefits you going forward. And so just underestimating what we can do over time. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit.
Delsina, we've talked a lot about diet. I guess that's really one of the big issues too.
That's what we'll be talking about, especially when it comes to our aging body. I won't say aging body, the women as we get older, because there are certain foods and nutrients that we need to focus on. Remember, I don't say diet or take away, but foods we need to include in our nutrition and our daily habits to help us to manage the process of getting older.
Yes, yes.
Well, Kerry-Ann, your journey has been so wonderful to see. I've known you a number of years. Back my KXXV days, you came on the show. So it's just great. It's just been too long since we've had a chance
to
sit
been.
like
it
this.
has been, yeah. And so my portion, besides the host, I will be talking about the mindset, right? Because everything begins in your mind. And so in mental health, as we get older, is critical to good living as well as aging well. You have to take care of your mind while you take care of your body. Yeah.
Yeah, and your finances need to
and
be
your finances
taking care. They're all you do address all these different issues that affect women as they age. And I remember in kind of our group discussion, talking about finding yourself without a partner, which women tend to outlive their male counterparts.
Right. So how do you transition, right?
Yeah,
so let's say in your 50s or 60s or even in your 40s, you find yourself single again. I call it suddenly single. How do you take care of yourself financially? And then how do you prepare for getting older or even end of life? We will have that discussion and we'll have experts at the table to give information about that as well.
Okay, so this is all going to be happening on the 5th of October, coming up on Sunday, and in the afternoon, so after church.
Yes, at 1:30 starting at 2 o'clock.
5, and but it is very reasonable. It's $40.
Right, and with the $40, ladies, I'm telling you, you're going to get a really nice gift bag. We have all these sponsors.
Yeah, tell me who's
So
sponsored.
sponsor is Gray's Craze, a new charcuterie restaurant outlet that's going to be providing ladies with options to get charcuterie. We're going to have Home Vets who's sponsoring us, Neighborhood Works Waco, Appointed Worldwide Holdings. Irma Gottschalk is going to be creating our food for the afternoon. And if you remember, it was delicious and healthy. So we're going to have that. Advent Health is one of our sponsors. Of course, the Zamore Foundation and Shop West will be sponsoring part of our gift bags. Coaching Your Greatness with our financial sponsors, D-West Coaching, of course, and then Brittany Living Well. So we've got a lot more people engaged because we want to bring something that, again, that's going to really just make you go, wow.
Yeah, I wish I knew this before. That's what you will come away with. That's my experience from our May event. But it was great, and the women were just so energized and excited to be there, and I know that's what's going to happen on Sunday as well. So how can folks sign up? What's the best way?
Well, the best way is to go to the kzamore.com. and get your tickets right there.
Okay.
You can see us on our websites, on our web pages, on Facebook, Delsina West, Kerry-Ann Zamore, Brittany Campbell. But the best site is to go to KZAMORE.com. Get your tickets. They're $40. Or you can get a table. I think we still have some tables available.
Okay.
But the tickets are going fast. And so you need to get your $40. So you get your food included. You get a great gift bag. Get all this knowledge. And you'll get an opportunity to speak with the experts one at a time if you want to later on.
Oh, well, that's what's so good, because I know, Brittany, folks are going to want to, maybe network with you.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
like, can you train me kind of
And
a thing.
I'm happy to share any knowledge that I've learned. I'm just all about giving it back now. And so any way that I can help, I'm more than happy to.
Yeah. Well, you do have a limited number, though. I mean,
Yes, we do have a limited number. We wouldn't mind busting out the size.
yeah, we were pretty packed in that space.
We were packed in,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we're
right.
looking at about 80 seats. So we're
that's
we're
good.
getting
Yeah.
to that.
Oh,
we're
you
getting
can
to that quantity now. So
That's good.
it's urgent that you get your tickets now.
Well, I think what you've seen is that there's such a need. There's
Yes.
just a need for folks to understand this.
I agree. There's
Information.
definitely a need. And I think from the last workshop, we've had so many phone calls and text messages and Facebook messages, when is the next one? Or
Yeah.
there are people who are just really excited. I know the tables that have been purchased have been from churches and different communities. And it's people really excited to learn more about fitness, about nutrition, about the finances, and then also really about hormone health. And also,
That was a big thing.
That was
because
a big
That was
thing.
really, because there's a lot of different thoughts about
Right.
hormone replacement therapy and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, and that was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
You're a
It was-
physician that you had speak.
Definitely, it was, and she will be back. It definitely was
good.
informative, but I think most importantly, even if someone has questions about hormone replacement therapy, at this workshop, they now are armed with the information to go back to their provider, and they feel more empowered as to
Exactly.
what to ask.
Yeah.
Right? Because one of the things that we've heard from women is, I don't know what to ask.
Right.
I don't know what I don't know. And so now they're armed with, okay, well, ask this question. Ask about your blood work. And so now they are armed with information. And so definitely, and one of the things I said, it's Sunday, and husbands, boyfriends, want to watch the football game.
They're watching NFL.
And they don't want to be bothered. I heard Brittany saying that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get your wife a ticket. Right,
Exactly.
Brittany?
Yes,
Get
we
your
got the
girlfriend a
rest.
ticket and have them come out and enjoy it so you can watch football all by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think one of the things, and that's a very good point, but I think one of the things too, after we did the first one, is we found that women want to get together and have these discussions because we're not having them.
Yes.
And every woman is going to go through some sort of transition in their life, every single woman.
Yeah.
And we want the information. We want to be armed. We want to be empowered. We want to know what to do. We don't want to be caught unawares and just shocked. You're 30 one day and then you're 90 the next and you don't know what happened.
What happened? What happened?
So
No, for
yes,
sure.
yes, definitely.
Well, and it is lighthearted. I mean,
Yeah.
it's serious stuff that we're talking about, because it is aspects that make life better. And some women who just sail through these kind of things and not an issue, but for others it's debilitating.
Absolutely.
I mean, the symptoms can really be debilitating, and to be armed with information, I mean, that is the key.
It is. It is.
That's the key. Okay, again, this is going to be on Sunday, coming up Sunday,
Yes, the
October
5th of October.
Yes, and can you believe it's October already? And almost. And so we will look forward to it being a wonderful success. And this is a series, so there'll be others.
Yes, definitely. We plan on bringing lots of other experts that women are dying, plastic surgeons, specialists in style and dress, and so all these things that are important and relatable to us. But now you're going to get to be close up and have the answers and touch and feel and get all the information.
Okay, well, that's great. And again, that website where you can go get tickets.
KZamore.com, www.KZAMORE.com. Get your tickets today, $40. Do not wait.
Okay, very good. Ladies, thank you so much.
It's
a delight, as
Thank you.
always. Lovely to get to know you.
Yes, good to
Look
meet
forward to
you.
having you back.
All right. I'll be
Here
back.
at some point. I love you girls so much, so much. Yeah, this is great, and looking forward to a wonderful event. Thank you. Thanks for being with us today. Please join us again tomorrow for another edition of the Ann Harder Show. You have a great day. Bye-bye.